What's up, everybody? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is The Governor, and I decided to do this video because it is that time again where you move to the next stage of your Chevening application. You are watching this video because you got an email saying that you've been shortlisted, and now you can upload your references. Or you're watching this video because you're considering applying for Chevening in the future. Firstly, congratulations to those who made it to the shortlist, and I really want to congratulate you. I know how hard and difficult it is to wait. It is quite a daunting process. I understand I was there last year this time. So I really want to congratulate you for making it this far. So the reason we are doing this video is to help you not mess it up, and hopefully the insights that I will share with you in this video will help you prepare your references and help you submit those on time, but also paying attention to the other deadlines that you might have during this critical time. All right, so the next step is very important. So if you have been shortlisted and you received an email from Chevening saying that you've been shortlisted, you need to listen to this very carefully. Chevening sends out guidelines. I think there's a link in the email that they sent you. The email reads like this. I think, let me just look at it from my own applications. Dear, they insert my name. We are pleased to inform you that you have been longlisted, not shortlisted. You've been longlisted for a Chevening award. They named reference and they give the name. It is your responsibility to check that your referee sees the request for a reference and submit it by the deadline. Please keep checking your application to see if your referee has submitted their reference. It is vitally important you check the email address, that the email address is accurate, and that's what I'm trying to come to. You need to go back to your application and make sure that your listed referees have the correct emails put close to their names, because if that is not the case, Chevening would have tried to send the email and it will bounce or not get to the right person. Chevening won't communicate with you if the email is bouncing, because I think the system is almost automated. So they won't tell you that your referee's email is bouncing. So you need to make sure that you check that. That is the first step. Secondly, is that for those who did not receive their emails and you've been waiting on Chevening to send you an email. I got this email on the 17th of January. So maybe you haven't received these emails yet. This video will help you once you receive those emails. You need to check your junk emails. You need to check your spam folder all the time. And if it happens that there is something from Chevening, either positive or negative, that goes into that email, please just highlight that email and put it into your VIP list, or flag it as a VIP list, or flag it as important, so that every subsequent email that comes to you from that particular address doesn't go to the spam box, right? So once you receive an email that reads as I have read to you, it says, the last line says, guidelines for referees can be found here. Make sure that once you have received that email, you contact your referees and ask them if they've received an email from Chevening as soon as possible. It's very important. Contact them and ask them if they received an email from Chevening regarding submitting reference. If they say yes, I would suggest that you not only send them guidelines, but bring their attention to the guidelines to say, If they want to complete the references for you, they need to follow the guidelines as provided by Chevening, because if the standard is not met, either the letter doesn't have a letterhead, it doesn't have a signature, it doesn't have an email address, or it doesn't have a stamp, or whatever is required by Chevening, I don't think it will be considered as valid. So you need to make sure that the guidelines are checked and your referees do accordingly. Another thing that I would suggest that might be paying for you, and if you have put up referees that are not close to you in terms of proximity, it might be difficult to do what I'm about to tell you, which is basically setting up a meeting with a person and going through the guidelines with them and making sure that they fully understand how they're supposed to complete the reference letters, so that they don't mess it up for you. I think you've worked hard to get this far just to mess it up at this stage. So it is very important for you to sit down with your referees and make sure that they understand the guidelines and they can put down the relevant information and also in the correct format. But it is not a train smash if you can't reach them physically. I mean, we have technology. You can call them. You can set up a Skype meeting. You can go through the reference guidelines with them. So that is very important. If you haven't done so yet, please book for your IELTS, for your English tests. The reason you have to do that is that in case you don't do well in the first test, you will have to rewrite, because Chevening has its own requirements of your English scores, but the universities also have a different requirement. So you might find that Chevening scores are lower compared to the university, and you might meet Chevening requirements. You don't meet the university requirements. You need to rewrite until the scores are correct as specified in your conditional offers. If you don't have that condition, if you don't have that condition in your conditional letters, then that is great for you. You don't have to rewrite if your scores meet the Chevening scores and not the university scores. So that is important. Another thing about IELTS is that, one, they're expensive. So if you write late and you fail and you want to book again and write, that can be costly if you haven't saved up enough money. So you need to make sure that you write now so you can come with a contingency plan in case you don't make it. But it's not very difficult. You can prepare for it using an app. I will put it somewhere here on the screen. The app that I use, it's a British Council app. I found it very useful, and it has practice tests in there. It has like guidelines of how to approach different kind of tests, the writing, the speaking, the reading, and the other one. What is the other one? Can't remember. So it has guidelines and it's free. Some people use professional services. I don't think it's important, but especially if you have done English or you have studied using the English language in your high school or university. One last thing, you need to start looking for accommodation. I know it sounds far-fetched because you might say that, oh no, but I haven't been selected. I don't even know if I'm going to make it to the interviews. I think for me, I was so invested in this opportunity, and I only hoped that things would go my way. I looked for accommodation, one, because accommodation is very expensive. A lot of students who are from the UK already have a picture of whether they're going to uni or not, and they've started booking for accommodation. If you're going to places like London, accommodation is terribly expensive. So you need to start looking for options. Don't pay anything yet, but start looking for accommodation in different places. Start inquiring. You don't have to pay anything. Start inquiring so that by the time the scholarship is confirmed, you already know where exactly to start. There's a lot of things to juggle. I promise you, there's a lot of things that you have to do in a space of a month. From the time you receive an email that you got the scholarship to the time the scholarship is confirmed and to the time you move from your home country into the UK. So that is very important. There's a lot of money and resources and time that is needed as you prepare to move to the UK. I will do another video later about going into details about accommodations and the different options that can be available for you and how I did it. So yeah, I think that's it for me. Make sure, so if you haven't started saving money, if you're working and you haven't started saving money, start saving money. You will need it. Trust me, you will need your own money. Chevening will give you money, but remember, you don't get your Chevening allowance or your Chevening money until you land in the UK. But there is a lot that might need money before you even get here. So start saving money, book for your English tests, set a meeting with your referees, and make sure that they understand the guidelines. Make sure, again, that you make the Chevening email, do not reply email, VIP, or mark it as, what is it, an important, put in your important list, or flag it as something as important, so that the emails do not go to your spam box. And another thing, keep positive. We are all here to support you. We had people who supported us. If you have questions, you can send me those questions in my social media at gav_magoda, as I've put on the screen, on Instagram, on Twitter, I'm Goda_governor. I will try by all means to answer to those questions. I'm currently busy with the exams, so the speed at which I respond to your questions might not be fast, but I will try to respond to your questions as soon as I can. But I'm really proud of your bravery. It really takes a lot for one to actually commit to this opportunity, because as you've seen yourself, that it is an opportunity where you basically work on it for a whole year. Like, the process is so long, but it's so worth it. I promise you that. And I believe in you. I think you can do it. So yeah, let us keep chatting, and all the best. I will do another video about accommodation soon. But otherwise, if you have other questions, do put them on the comment box down below. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share this video with other people who might be looking at applying for the Chevening scholarship or any other scholarship that is out there. So yeah, cool. All the best. We'll chat later.